always end on a high note. The first shot's the only one that counts. Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. Now I wanted to address a lot of questions that I've been getting over the past couple of years, but I never really sat down, or in this case kneeled down, and actually addressed them. Why don't I gun hunt? Why do I only hunt with traditional? And why did I get out of compound bows? First and foremost, I'm a one-man crew, which means I have to film on an action camera, which makes my hunts much more difficult. It's the fourth dimension of the hunt. And so, because I have to have the deer within range of my camera, I went traditional, because I cannot outshoot the range of my camera with a traditional bow. So it hedges my bets as far as being able to capture a deer on film, because I have to wait until they're close. Now, I'm pretty good out to about 25 yards. But if I had a compound bow, and I could shoot out to 40 or 50 yards, the film would not be nearly as good. And while I'm at it, ideally, I want that deer 15 yards or less. So it forces me to have a much more intimate encounter in the woods. And if I only get one shot at a buck or at a doe, I want to do it on my terms. Because I know that inside of 15 yards, if I draw that bow back, that animal is going to have a clean, humane death. I don't have to worry about having a rangefinder when I know what 15 yards looks like, and I will not shoot beyond 20 yards. Maybe 25, but I have a set zone of which I'm comfortable in shooting at, and that is well within the range of my camera's focal point. Also, I don't gun hunt anymore because it doesn't do me any good to document a hunting story if the animal is 120 yards away and I blast it through the shoulder with my Ithaca. It needs to be up close, it needs to be personal, and it's a much more organic experience. Now, as far as why I went traditional for the most part, I cannot afford, as a freelance archer, as a freelance outdoorsman, an unsponsored shooter, I can't afford to get the new whiz-bang model every single year. It just isn't going to happen. I have a Martin Hunter that is a very old laminated bow design. They're still in production, they're still being made, and they're still a good bow. And so, simply put, this bow is never out of fashion because it's already obsolete. Now, while I'm at it, I shoot traditional because it's harder, because it's more difficult. I'm a free-range, freelance, traditional bow hunter, and I'm not a very good bow hunter. I'm a good shot, not a very good bow hunter if you look at my success ratio. But I've never wounded a deer that I did not recover. And that I am fine with. I am perfectly fine with going the humiliation of a completely dry season as long as I have done everything morally and ethically correct. And so, people say, you hunters, you act like you got something to prove. And I'll own it. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do have something to prove. I do have something to prove. Hunting is a time-honored rite of passage, and how dare you try and detract from something that makes us human beings. And so this here is my way. Traditional archery is a lot harder, but I don't want anything that I have done to make it easier, give somebody something that they can detract from my accomplishment with. I've had enough shame in my life. I'm done with shame, and I'm done with fear. And I don't have anything against people that shoot compound bows, but if you are interested in getting into traditional archery, it's a big upfront investment, but I think you'll draw an awful lot of enjoyment from it. So, stay tuned. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. This has got my friends over at LegallyConcealed.org. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement, those of you who serve in the military, and thanks for watching Texas Grebner Outdoors.